Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Ford. This is the Actress Quarantine Collective. Welcome back. If you haven't joined us in a while, if it's your first time here, please subscribe. There's that little red button. Leave comments, likes. It's our way of feeling the audience's energy in this crazy time of self-isolation and the wacky world that we're living in right now. So thank you so much for tuning in on a Saturday afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world. We are here with an original work from one of our members, Beverly Andrews. So without further ado, here is the playwright Beverly Andrews to introduce her cast.
Hi, everyone. My name's Beverly Andrews, and I'd just like to welcome you to a reading of Love Bites that I wrote, I think it's been about 5 years ago now. Weirdly, for a competition that it didn't actually get into, and it's gone on to be one of my most performed plays. It was performed at Theater for New City in New York. It's just recently been performed as part of a festival of new work to raise money for the Globe Theater. And now we'll be doing it for you tonight. So without further ado, I'd like to hand over to my lovely, lovely cast.
Hi, I'm Helen. I'm in the UK and I'm playing the part of Dorothy.
Hello, my name's Deshay Gale. I'm in London and I'm playing the part of Luke.
Hi, my name is Erin Elkin. I'm in Scotland and I'm playing the part of Kate. Over to you, Colin.
I'm Colin and I'm the narrator. Love Bites by Beverly Andrews. Act 1, Scene 1. Setting: a small room just off a wedding reception hall. An attractive woman in her late 40s enters and sits down at a vacant table. She is followed shortly by a younger black man in his 20s. Dorothy looks up.
Oh, Mrs. Jones. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Oh, Luke, no, not at all. I was just taking a much needed break from all the festivities.
You must be exhausted.
Oh, exhausted isn't the word for it. I think once I get home, I really will just collapse. I know people always say that, but I think I might just actually do it.
Well, I'm no expert on weddings, but I think you've done a fantastic job.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, it's wonderful. Everyone has said so.
I just wish her father had been here to see it.
Well, I'm sure he would have been very proud. It was very beautiful.
When he was alive, he was such a stickler for the details. I can hear him now saying, Dorothy, you always see the big picture, but you've got to look at the details. If you get the details right, everything else will just fall into place. That was his motto, getting things just right. If the tiniest thing was out of place, you could count on Arthur to point it out.
Well, I think he would have said you've done Kate proud.
Oh, well, I hope so. Do you think everyone's having a good time?
Having a good time. They're out there dancing their heads off.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, where did Kate find the musicians?
She didn't.
Oh, did she ring up some kind of wedding agency or something? Well, if so, please can I get a number? Those guys are great. No, I'd like to put them for a friend's do.
Well, I could give you the number if you like. I found them.
Wow, I'm impressed. I just thought that, Kate must have found them.
Ah, why? Because they don't sound like they play for a bunch of middle-aged fogies.
No, I didn't mean it.
Hey, Luke, just having a bit of fun. Kate and I actually have kind of the same taste in music. Arthur used to like to tease me about it. He used to say, I never seem to like the things that people my age should like. It's been over 5 years now. Sometimes I can't believe he's gone. Especially these last few weeks. Oh, I so wish you could have seen today. You'd have really got a kick out of it. I wake up sometimes and I'll be thinking about something. Nothing important a lot of the times, just a little thing. Something that's made me laugh. And I'll turn to tell him. And then it hits me that he's not there. That I won't see that sideways smile he would have when I told him something he thought was funny. He wouldn't just come right out and laugh. He'd just get that sideways smile of his. I miss that.
Would you like me to get you something else to drink?
No, I'm fine. As mother of the bride, I think I need to keep my wits about me today.
Well, you can relax now. Right, the hard part is over. People just want to get on and have some fun.
Yeah, which is what you should be doing instead of sitting up here with me.
I'm fine for now.
If anyone had honestly told me how stressful organising a wedding was going to be, I think I'd have packed my bags and booked the first flight to somewhere out of phone reach. Just you wait till you have to do it one day.
Oh, well, that day hopefully is a long way off.
You know, Kate wasn't sure you were going to come today.
Yeah, I wasn't sure myself. And then I guess I just decided that I really wanted to be here today.
Oh, I think it's great the way you and Kate managed it.
Managed what?
You know, managed to stay friends. Most people in your situation wouldn't. I mean, you were together for so long.
Well, we were kids for most of it, so, it doesn't really count.
Well, it did to Kate. I mean, she did get over it soon enough, but that doesn't mean it didn't matter to her.
No, well, I'm sorry, Mrs. Jones. I didn't mean to sound callous.
No, I know you didn't, Luke.
No, of course it meant a lot to me as well.
I know it did. It's just that it seemed to happen so suddenly. And you two were together one minute, and the next Kate announces it's all over. You know, she never did get round to telling me exactly why you two. Oh, it sounds like they're about ready to cut the cake. I should go. Oh, false alarm. Don't laugh, but Kate and I have arranged a musical cue to let me know when she's going to cut the cake. She knows me well enough to know that I just flee at some point. Oh, don't do crowds. But now I can't remember exactly what the musical cue was.
Well, if you want, I can go home with you and keep you company.
No, I'm fine here. With the music, I'll just have to work it out. And if I don't appear at the right moment, I'm sure Kate will just come in and get me. You go on in if you like.
I would in a minute, but I'm fine here for now.
Didn't Kate look lovely in her wedding dress? I told her to get it, but she just kept saying it was too expensive. Oh, it took 2 solid weeks of persistent phone calls on my part before I finally persuaded her in the end.
You know what Kate's like. When she gets an idea in her head, it just gets quite hard for her to shift it.
She gets that from her father. Arthur was so good in so many ways, but when he gets something in his head, you couldn't persuade him to see it any other way.
It's funny, he never seemed like that way to me. He always just seemed so much fun to be with.
Yeah, well, you saw him on his good days, which were most of them, to be fair, but he was only human like everyone else, and I guess like everyone else, he had his ups and downs, but generally more ups than downs.
When I was little, I used to love coming to your house.
God, Luke, it's scary to think I've watched you grow up.
You and Mr. Jones always seemed so different from the other parents, from my other friends.
In what way?
I don't know, I guess just much younger. It always felt like both of you weren't really Kate's parents after all. Well, not really. Well, I mean, of course you were, her parents, but I don't know. I'm just sitting there talking rubbish at this point.
No, go on, Luke. I'm curious.
Oh, I guess, I mean, like my other friend's parents were parents, end of story. You couldn't really talk to them like you would to normal people. They're parents, but you and Mr. Jones always just felt like Kate's older siblings. Oh, it sounds rubbish when I say it now.
Look, it doesn't. It sounds very sweet. We always wanted to create a good atmosphere for Kate to grow up in. Both Arthur and I have been brought up in such cold homes, if you know what I mean, and I guess we just didn't want that for Kate.
Oh, I think you both achieved it. In all the time I've known her, she's never said one bad thing about either of you. She's someone like my other friends in that respect. They're constantly slagging off their parents, but she's never done that. Not once.
Oh, she was really close to her father. She took it pretty badly when he died.
Yeah, she adores you as well, No, I guess everyone does.
Oh.
What's there not to like?
He's ever so kind. Well, I guess we've been lucky with Kate. We've always had a great relationship with her. I mean, Arthur used to say she came out of the womb smiling. And then she was always such a good baby. In a way, I suppose she's never really changed. And she's bigger, but she's the same sweet Kate. You know, Arthur and I never did understand why you two broke up. We just thought you two were made for each other. I mean, you seem to be together since you both could barely walk. We just assumed that you two would get married.
Well, I guess stuff just changes after a while.
Oh, I was so upset the night that Kate told me.
Yeah, Kate said you would be.
Did she? Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I think I told her a million times that you two were made for each other.
People grow up. Hey, things change.
I know, but I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is I know I shouldn't be saying this on Kate's wedding day, but I just think you would have made her happier than Tom will. I mean, Tom's a perfectly nice young man, but I just thought you were better for Kate. There, now I've said it.
Well, Tom's a good guy. Much better than me, and he's going to make Kate a great husband.
Yeah, of course he will, but being just a great husband isn't everything. I mean, Arthur was a good husband, the best, but there were times when I felt like there was something was...
Go on. When what?
Well, I guess I felt that something was missing. I mean, I loved him. I did love him. I just felt... Oh, isn't this just the silliest thing? I'm supposed to cry at the wedding, not after.
Mr. Jones, I didn't mean to upset you.
No, it's not you. It's just me being a very, very silly woman. Now, where were we? Oh, when on earth is Kate going to cut that cake? It should have been ages ago.
Well, looks like she's having much fun to even think about it now. So
yeah, I knew it. Kate's always been a bit of a party animal.
But isn't that what receptions are for? No, to enjoy yourself.
Yes, but you mustn't forget protocol. I mean, it's getting late. We're going to have to pack up soon.
Well, maybe you should go in and tell her.
No, I don't want to interrupt her having her fun. After all, it is her wedding day. I guess she'll cut the cake when she's ready, and I'll just have to be a good mother and sit here and wait.
Right, are you absolutely sure you don't want me to get you anything? No, perhaps something more to eat?
No. If I eat anything more, I think I'll just explode. I'm absolutely fine, but... Oh, Luke, please go along in. Go and have some fun.
No, I'll keep you company if you don't mind.
No, it's great having your company. I expected to be sitting somewhere in the corner on my own, surrounded by all of Kate's friends talking to each other. Well, we don't really have a lot of close relatives to invite. I guess Kate's told you this already, but I was an only child, so was Arthur. And so poor Kate grew up without any cousins or aunts, uncles.
Yeah, but I guess you can say she made up for it by having so many friends. Like, I have never known anyone who seems to know the entire world. Like, when we were backpacking in Kuala Lumpur, we were at this little market in the middle of nowhere, and Kate bumps into a school friend. Right, here we are in the middle of nowhere, and Kate is happily chatting to someone she's met since the age of 5.
Ha, that's Kate. Ever since she was a little girl, she always had this special kind of bond with almost everyone. Oh, she's always had such a good heart. Much better than mine.
I wouldn't say that. You know, I looked at Kate's Facebook page, and she has about 1,000 friends.
Probably knowing Kate, she knows them all.
Yeah, I asked her about it one day, because I was worried that she had all these strangers on Facebook, and you hear all these stories about identity theft, fraud, and stuff like that. And people put all this stuff on Facebook thinking that no one's going to steal it, which they do. Working in IT, you think about stuff like that. Anyway, I was telling her I just didn't think it was such a good idea. But she said that she knew just about all of them. About all of them were just good friends of hers. And I think I can count the amount of good friends I have on one hand. And here's Kate bonded with half the world.
Yeah, but then you come from a big family. I mean, you have 4 brothers. You already have a ready-made network of friends. Kate didn't have that, so I guess she makes up for it by befriending the world. The boys she dated in the past seem to have a problem with it, but you never did.
No, I thought it was kind of sweet, really. That she finds so much time for and have all this affection for all these people. I mean, they aren't just friends on paper; they're real friendship, and Kate seems to manage to find time for all of them. It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
But Luke, that's what I mean. You seem to know her so well. I just felt that you two could have been.
Mrs. Jones, Kate and I were just meant to be friends. That's all.
But why? You seem to just adore each other. Did you meet someone else? And because it's Kate's wedding, you thought it best not to bring her along?
No, not exactly.
Well, then why?
I guess it's because
Because of what, Luke?
nothing, Mr. Jones. Sorry, but could we talk about something else?
Oh, Luke, of course. Oh, gosh, you must forgive me. Kate's always telling me not to pry. She says that when I want to find something out, I'm like a dog with a bone, and I just don't know when to let it go. Oh, Luke, please excuse me. I'm just rambling on here.
No, it's fine. It's normal for you to want to understand what's happening with your daughter.
Yeah, but she's entitled to some privacy, and if you two don't want to tell me, then I just have to accept it. Oh, my goodness. Is that the time? If they don't cut the cake soon, they're going to miss their flight.
Oh, Kate mentioned that they were flying to Paris.
Yeah, and then Kate said they'd rent a car and drive down to the south. They've rented a friend's house there for their honeymoon.
How long are they going for?
Oh, just 10 days. Kate has to get back to work after that. I told her she should take some more time off, but she said she didn't dare. They've already made 3 people redundant in her department. But it seems such a shame to go all that way for such a short time.
It doesn't matter. I'm sure they'll have a great time anyway.
Yeah, I think they will. Kate's always loved that part of France ever since she was a little child. And we were lucky enough to buy a place there just before the prices rocketed. Do you remember the time you came with us on holiday?
Remember? Come on, it was the best summer of my entire life. I was so touched that you and Mr. Jones wanted me to come along.
Oh, but we've always thought of you as part of the family.
Well, I always wanted to be part of the family.
Oh, that's so sweet, Luke. But your family are perfectly lovely too.
Yeah, I adore my parents and my brothers. It's just, there always seemed to be a special atmosphere in your home. That's all.
Oh, that's very sweet of you to say, Luke. I mean, we've always loved having you around. I guess that's what I was trying to say earlier. That's why I was so upset when you and Kate broke up. I just thought that now you and Kate are no longer together, you won't be coming to the house anymore. I suppose I won't be seeing you much after today. Oh, thank goodness! I thought they were never going to get around to it.
Luke goes to kiss her as Dorothy starts to rise unexpectedly. She goes to grab her bag and he ends up kissing her shoulder.
Luke, what on earth are you doing?
I'm kissing you?
Yeah, I can see that, but why?
You're the reason.
The reason for what?
But the reason for me and Kate breaking up.
What?
Well, it's because, Mrs. Jones, I've always been obsessed with you.
Luke, have you taken leave of your senses? I'm old enough to be your mother.
Well, that doesn't matter. But it never did. From the first moment I saw you, I guess I just fell in love.
Well, you were 9.
But it doesn't matter. I just knew how I felt.
Well, the only thing a 9-year-old can think about is perhaps wanting an extra portion of chips. I mean, I think anything else is fairly speculative.
No, please don't make fun of me, Mrs. Jones.
No. I'm not, Luke. It's just a bit sudden, that's all.
No, I know, but I'm just being honest about how I feel. And I know, that's all.
No, what?
That I'm in love with you.
Oh, will you please stop saying that?
No, at first I just thought it was a schoolboy crush. You know, the one you kind of get for your favourite teacher at school.
I never had those kinds of teachers.
No, but then as I grew up, I realised it was a lot more serious than that. But I just couldn't stop thinking about you. And when I would sleep over with Kate, and we will be making love.
No, I just don't think I want to hear about this.
No, I just couldn't stop thinking about you, so I decided that I couldn't keep going out with Kate if I felt this way. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you.
You didn't embarrass me. You didn't embarrass me. But actually, yes, you did embarrass me. But I know you didn't intend to. It's just that I never would have thought.
Mom, are you coming?
Oh, yes, dear.
Well, I'm so sorry, Mrs. Jones.
I think in the circumstances, you could call me Dorothy.
Oh man, I shouldn't have come, Dorothy. I just thought it would be a last chance to see you, that's all.
I'm very, very flattered. But Luke, you must know this is ridiculous. I mean, look at you. Look at me. This is just ridiculous.
Yes, I know, Mrs. Jones. Oh, I mean, Dorothy.
Let's just put this down. Having drunk too much champagne.
I haven't drunk any champagne.
Luke.
Oh, yes, Mr. Jones. I mean, Dorothy.
Good, now.
You know, anything you say.
Yes, let's pretend that none of this ever happened. And we can go along and enjoy the rest of the evening, shall we?
She stands
Yeah,
at the
of
table
course.
and Luke stands as well.
Of course. Anything you say.
They begin to walk to the door and Dorothy stops for a moment.
Is there something wrong?
She unexpectedly turns to Luke and kisses him on the lips.
Mom, are you coming?
Yes, dear.
She turns to answer her daughter. She exits, leaving the astonished Luke standing there, staring after her. Luke touches his lips, smiles, adjusts his collar, and then exits. Love Bites. The part of Luke was played by Deshae Gale, Dorothy by Helen Jekyls, Katie by Erin Elkin, the narrator was Colin McGeechy, the music, Someone to Love, was composed and performed by Sebastian Blake. Love Bites was written and directed by Beverly Andrews.
Thank you all for tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel, leave comments. We will see you next time. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.